Hey everyone, thanks for visiting my channel. My name is Chris Murphy. This channel is all about empowering agents to master their craft and become better leaders. So we're on day 12 and whoo, man, today was an eye-opener. Let me tell you. So we're going to get in that in a second. Real quick, let's get to the numbers. We have dials 254. I had 7 pickups, got 1 quote. Today's talk time, I had 120 minutes. I got the lady all the way through to the application. We were about to do the voice signature. And when I warm transferred, at least I thought I warm transferred, it didn't connect. And I kept trying to call her back and back and back, and it was busy. So maybe her phone died at that specific time. But we're going to try to get that tomorrow. That's the last thing we got to do. So, all right. So the eye opener. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you guys, I was floored. You know, the simple fact that when you do something for a long time and then you get away from it, you go back to it, you know, you forget a lot of things. And when you're not in the repetition, you know, you don't have the muscle memory. And a lot of times, you know, sometimes when you look at people that are doing well, they don't even really know all the little things that they're doing. It just comes naturally, right? Because they're in it. Well, when I've been having this real hard problem of getting people to pick up the phone, and it's been getting crazy to me. And it's like, well, if I can just get them into a conversation, I feel like I can, you know, help them. So the other day we had a meeting, and Chris Ball, he's one of the Lasting Mark executive teams, and he was talking about this, and it's something Dana's been chirping in my ear about too, is that you need to slow down. And I'm like, what do you mean slow down? I'm going pretty slow. What they suggested is that I listen to my own call and kind of just put yourself in the client's shoes. Like when you first hear yourself, what's your thoughts? And since our final expense, our clients are older, you know, some of them don't hear very well. There's a lot going on, and if they don't understand or feel confused, nervousness, whatever, it's just click, 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 or, you know, I'm not going to pay any attention to this. It's a sales, telemarketer, right? So when I listened to the call, I was like, yeah, I hang up on you too. Like, you know, you're talking too fast for these old folks. So I really, really, really listened to some of that, and I just put myself in their shoes, and I'm thinking to myself, like, how would they be responding? Today, that's what I did. I totally focused on my pace and my tone, and it was great. I did that 5-minute exercise that we talked about the other day. So in the book, I read for 5 minutes and I enunciated the words. It was silly, but helpful, right? And then today when I got on the phone, I was really just, you know, I talked a little bit softer, and I just slowed down a little bit. So it was great because in the beginning, I was getting more people to talk to me. So instead of saying it like normal, would be like, we'll just use my name. So, you know, they pick up the phone and you're like, hey, Chris. And they're like, yeah. And this is what I've normally been doing. I was like, yeah, this is just Chris calling about the request for the information on the state regulated final expense plans. I'm here to help you understand your options and answer any of those questions you might have. So to me, that's pretty normal, right? So this is what I start doing. Hey, Chris. Hey, it's just Chris calling about the request for information on the state-regulated final expense plans. I'm here to help you understand your options and answer any questions that you might have. So a little smile, a little slower, and a soft monotone voice. And I'm telling you, the response, even one of the ladies was like, what'd you say? And then I even slowed it down more. And she was like, oh, yeah. I was on Facebook filling around. And so it was great because I guarantee you, if I would have said it's the normal way, that lady click. I mean, she almost did it, but it was like I caught her because I was slow enough and monotone enough. My pitch wasn't way up here, and it wasn't way down, right here. So it was like a good voice. I don't know if anybody's ever explained it to you, but you can, like, I heard this thing once where you can control what somebody answers by the way that you ask the question. So if you want a Doritos and there's a blue bag and a red bag. Now, if you start off high and go low, so would you like this red bag of Doritos, or would you rather have this blue bag? See, that's a lot more common. Or if I would say, would you like this blue bag of Doritos, or would you rather have this red bag? That's jarring, right? Right. So like tone. I know another quick thing for me that I was doing is like pausing. So like, hey, Chris. Hi, this is just Chris calling. You can kind of like start up here, and as you're talking, and then you're getting a little bit lower, and then you're into. So like a way to do your tone and set the pace. It was really helpful, and it was amazing. I got into more conversations today than I have for the entire week. Out of the 7 contacts, I believe I talked to 5 of them. 2 of them, like in middle of the things, they told me they didn't have time. And I said, one of our rebuttals is how you get around that. And, oh yeah, caught you at a bad time. That no problem. I mean, do you even have 1 minute to see if this is even something that would be worth me calling you back for? And they're like, yeah, I got a minute. or just 1 minute. And then, it was like 15 minutes later, and the lady's like, look, I'm about to walk in. I have to get off the phone, but I need you to call me tomorrow. So it was great because I got into more conversations with people. And, there was no big, huge win of a sale today, but maybe a couple of those I talked to yesterday will pan out tomorrow. But besides all of that, the win is I talk to people. Yes, because let me tell you, you go days and days and days, and all you do is get someone to hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up. You want to blow your brains out. You do. So it was great today to see people responding, and then I'm actually able to talk to them and be a real person. That's another thing that I thought was real important is, I just really focused on listening and being a real person and being in the moment. Like one of the ladies, her husband died, and, she was literally started crying with me on the phone, and, I could relate. My father passed away. My wife's mother passed away. So there was relatable things there, but just to be in the moment with her and go there in the tone and really empathize and, help them. It was so great. It was a huge win. I feel like the hump is getting closer, and I'm about to just over it. And once that happens, man, lights out. We are going to help some people. And I'm moving to the top of the leaderboard. I'm telling everybody in our organization, Empower Life Group, watch out. Chris is coming to the top 5. Excited today on the conversations I had from just a little simple, maybe overlooked thing. And if you're a vet and you've been doing it a while and you're struggling, or you're getting back into it, or you just started, let me tell you, listening to your calls is important. It was very helpful for me because you don't know what you don't know, and you think you know, and you think you're doing it right. Like I thought I was doing it right. But when I listened, it was, something's wrong there, Chris. You're not doing it right. Now, so much better. Like, to feel like, okay, we've got past that hump. This business is just like a baby. You got to learn to crawl, and then you can walk, and then you can run, and then you got marathons, and then you can teach other people. So we're in the process. We're moving. I hope this was helpful. If you got what I'm talking about, if you got questions, put them in the comments. If this was helpful, please share, like, subscribe, and use it, and let me know. It helped me. Hopefully it can help you. So that's all we got today. We're going to get at it tomorrow for about 4 to 6 hours. maybe about 10 to 3, 10 to 5, and see what we can muster up. But you know what? I'm excited because I know I'm going to talk to people, and that's where it begins, you know? So see you tomorrow.